Alright, we're back for another round of trying to fix this car. So, brand new from AutoZone. This is the throttle body, the Duralast brand, lifetime warranty, brand new, not remanufactured. Got it installed. This is the second one. First one didn't work well. The connector though was damaged. Might have had something to do with it, but I don't really think it did. But it wasn't going to be weatherproof, so I had to replace this anyway. The old one, if I would have left it on there, the rain would have gotten into the electrical connection. Anyway, so there we go. It's in there. I'm fixing to do the relearn. We're going to do a little bit different this time. I'm going to do the zero positioning relearns before I ever start the car. So the only thing that's going to need to be warmed up, the only test that needs to have the engine warmed up is the airflow, the one where you push the gas pedal and such. So let me get started on that and I'll be back. Okay. So I did the zero position relearn before I started anything. I've got to check engine light though. Let me see what that check engine light is. That may be something left over from the previous test. So let me shut down. But as you can see, it's actually trying to idle, and my foot's not on the gas and it's not screwing up. Let me see what that error code is, and I'll be back. I got to shut the engine off for that. The error codes were P0113 and P0300. Something about the temperature sensor and miscellaneous misfires. The misfires are probably because with the previous throttle body, it was dumping the maximum amount of gas at idle, and it was flooding the system, flooding the car, and I bet that caused a misfire error. Cleared the errors, and now we're going to continue. So what I need to do is let the engine warm up to temperature, and it's well on its way already. Once it does that, I will shut it off and I will do the airflow relearn for idle relearn. I'll be back. Car is getting close to temperature, as you can see. Looking at the numbers before the relearn, the throttle position system with my foot off the gas is at 2.0. The zero position should have made that zero, so my old throttle body may be correct. 2% may be correct, but I was really expecting it to be zero. Short-term fuel trims before the airflow relearn is 3.1%, and that is not going up like it was with the old one. It's staying at 3. I think by now this would have actually started going up to like 8% or so. We'll know more after it gets super hot. Right now the temperature is at 176, so it's got another 20 degrees before it's at full temperature. But I think we're getting close enough to where I could do the relearn. I'm going to go ahead and wait a little bit longer though, just to be on the safe side. Bank voltages 1 and 2 on the oxygen sensors. I think 300 or 0.3 volts. That might be okay. RPM's a little high. Would like to see that around 700 RPM, maybe a little bit less than that. The MAF airflow 3.3 is a little bit high, but that corresponds to the RPMs of the engine. So the mass airflow sensor numbers are making sense to me. Now, I've been saying this a long time, you know, for however long it's been since I've been trying to fix this problem, that the numbers are looking good when the engine's cold. The question is, will it stay that way when it gets hot? I'm thinking initially this one might actually fix it. I want to do the relearn and see what that does to this position percentage, throttle position at idle with your foot not on the gas pedal. All right, so I'm fixing to do the airflow relearn, and I'm not going to show that because I've got a video on that. Basically, if you want to know how to do it, check that video out. I'll be back. Okay, I just completed the idle relearn procedure. It's now idling close to 700 RPM, which is good. That's pretty good. The throttle position is at 1.6 now, so still above zero, which I was expecting it to be at zero, but I don't know. I've never done this before. 1.6 may be correct. I don't know. Short-term fuel trims is 6.3, which is higher than I would want. So I'm beginning to think there's something else going on here, not the throttle body, not the throttle position. My old throttle body may be fine. There may be something else going on here. Mass airflow with the lower RPMs is right in line with where it needs to be. You would like to see 1/10, basically 1 point per liter. This is a 2.5 liter, so you'd want to see 2.5 grams per second there, but that is close enough. I think that's fine. Temperatures at 190, Voltages on the sensors look reasonable. Short-term fuel trim is a little, like I said, a little bit higher than I'd like to see. So really the only thing I can do now is drive and see how it does. Let me go and check the smog status to see what we need to fix or what we need to set in order to pass the emissions test, or to even be allowed to be tested. So smog check, and I need to say okay there. All right. So what do we got? I need to do a scan. There we go. So check. Catalyst, evap system, and oxygen sensors. So now I just need to drive it around for a while and see what it needs, and more importantly, make sure it doesn't throw an error. If I get the 0420 again, well, that will suck. So let me drive it around, and I will be back. Okay, so I drove it around a little bit. The throttle body is actually registering now. That's the position. That's the graph of the throttle position. That looks correct now. Before it was more or less just a flat line. So definitely throttle body was bad. Hopefully that fixes the problems. You can see both oxygen sensors are responding. There's fluctuations in the graph on both of them from the just driving around. Idle is at 700-ish, which is good. Short-term trim, we're still too high at idle. We shouldn't be above 5% ever, and we're at 11%. What is causing that? Is that going to cause error codes? Right now, there are no codes shown that the check engine light is not on, but that doesn't mean there isn't one pending, so let's check and see. Let me go to scan tool. Let me go to, not clear, smog check. Okay. Okay, so there's no pending codes. Everything's green there. Let me scan it. I have to scan it, sorry. Let me scan it. We do. We have a pending code. Damn it. And all the stuff there is still not ready. Probably not ready because of the pending code. All right, so let's see what the code is. Shit. That stupid fuel trim. Catalyst, so here we go with P0420 again. That's because that stupid short-term fuel trims are still too high, and that's causing that, I bet you. That's got to be it. We know it's not the catalytic converter, it's been replaced. We know the oxygen sensors are good, they've both been replaced. Spark plugs, ignition coils have been replaced. MAF sensor has been replaced, but I put the original back in because it made no difference in the numbers. There are no air leaks. There was one originally, and I didn't find it until late in the game, but there are none now. There are no exhaust leaks. What the hell is causing this? What sensor do I not, that I've either replaced or haven't replaced, that is causing those not O2, I keep saying O2. The fuel trims. Why are the fuel trims still high? Short-term fuel trims, too high. That's the problem. Come on, guys. Somebody out there ought to know what this is. Let me know, please. Thanks.